to just play it. Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40! Can't wait! Let's go!
Yo, what is up? And it's me, Key, and we're back with another episode of the Hoop Dreams and TD Queens. And as always, I got my girl Jori with me. What's going on, Jori?
What's going on? I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm going to see Miss Pat today. I don't know that comedian, funny lady. I got good seats, but it ain't front row because she ain't roasting me today. But we got some things on the docket today, some great interesting topics. Hopefully y'all tuning in with us. But first I gotta get a little rant off my chest first. NFL. What are we doing? Finding running backs for making running back play moves. So you want them to sit there and just get hit. So we already seen DeAndre Swift get hit. Josh Jacobs gets hit for $20K for running the ball. Lowering his shoulder. It was what is a running back supposed to do? He hit the truck stick on Madden. What is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? That's what put flags on him. Put flags on him.
That's ridiculous. Like, I'm just now hearing about that, and I'm like, that's ridiculous. For lowering the shoulder, something that's literally taught into how to be a running back or whatever, but it's like that's literally a key feature of a running back is to lower the shoulder.
Like he didn't do nothing malicious. It wasn't a head.
Didn't go for the head.
It wasn't the helmet type of thing. He lowered it shoulder to shoulder. That's why he got shoulder pads for. And he no fun league.
Go ahead.
No fun league.
Like,
yep.
The unnecessary roughness. I'm like, it's football. All these unnecessary roughness penalties. It's football, bro. It's supposed to be physical.
You can't put all your weight on the quarterback. You can't touch him. Pretty much put flags on the quarterback. Give him the red shirt if you can't touch him. Give him the red shirt.
It's not professional pillow fighting. This is football. It's supposed to be physical. Now, what's unnecessary is the head-to-head hits, whatnot. Like, all of that, I get it. But lowering the shoulder into somebody's chest, not even their head, their chest, something that's been a staple in running the football is unnecessary roughness now? Child.
And prayers and thoughts and prayers to everyone that was in that collision in Texas. DJ Hayden used to be a former NFL player to play for the Raiders, first-round pick for the Raiders. He was in that pile-up. So DJ Hayden, again, rest in peace to everyone. Appreciate y'all. Saijin Koo earned Collins in the chat. I just had to go off about that a little bit. That wasn't part of the show, but I seen that in pop-ups. I'm like, no, gotta rant. Gotta rant about it. Gotta rant. And also, Tommy DeVito, you shouldn't have put out there that your mama still makes your bed and that you still live with your parents. It's not a bad look, bro. I know you're third string quarterback. You're not expecting to get in none of these games, but that's not something. That's not something you need to announce to the folks in the peoples. But let's get down to the nitty gritty of things and why we are here. Again, it's not a show if we don't talk about three people. If we don't talk about the Lakers, the Cowboys, or James Harden. You know what? We're talking about all of them today. So first up here, we got Mr. Harden himself. 0-3 in the Harden area with the Clippers. Tyronn Lue is trying to get himself fired. He's starting all of them. Paul George, Westbrook, Kawhi, Harden, and poor Zubac. He can't get nothing in there because you got four people who are ball dominant. Make some sense of this, jury. What is going on in LA?
Foolishness. Nothing but a whole bunch of foolishness. Like you said, you have four people that need the ball. There's only one ball. It's like they're not playable together. We've seen what Harden and Russ can do together. Clearly. And it didn't work out. There's only one ball. There's lacking on the defensive end, even though that hasn't been as much of a problem, but it will be soon. Because James Harden don't do defense. Minimal effort. He'll watch somebody blow right on by him. They're going to see that soon. It's just a mess waiting to happen. And as a Laker fan, I love to see it. I love to see it. Because this is a really bad move. And I don't know who signed off on it. That team was talent-wise, yes, they were close to compete. They were competing for a championship, but they were injury-wise getting bad luck. But the team was close, clearly. This James Harden move clearly just set this team back a whole lot. Because unless somebody figures out that they need to put one of them on the bench, and it's probably going to be Westbrook. Now, why would you bring Westbrook from the Lakers, he was on the bench, and he found his little niche with the Clippers, and then you bring Harden, you mess it all up, and now the best bet for the ball movement is to put Westbrook on the bench. It makes no sense, but they deserve it. That's a bad move waiting to happen.
Well, there is a video out, and we had Dallas Mavericks, one of the announcers or one of their people that covers the Mavericks. He broke it down perfectly about James Harden. It's not the system, James Harden. It's you, James Harden. What did you do? You wanted out of Houston. You couldn't go to Philadelphia the first time. Raphael Stone was not going to let that trade happen with Daryl Morey after he just left. So what did you do? You had to settle to go to Brooklyn. You didn't want to go to Brooklyn, but you had to settle to go to Brooklyn. All right, you got KD there. You got Kyrie. The big three. Yeah, this might work. James could be the facilitator. You know, KD. You got Kyrie. Kyrie's never available because we don't know if he wants to play basketball half the time. And KD is KD. And then you got James Harden, who lacks effort of time. You know, James Harden is not the Houston James Harden. You know, he can't go to the lane like he used to. But James Harden is still serviceable for you. He still can get you at least 20 and 10. He can be that guy. I'll take that James Harden. But what happens? You know what? He didn't want to stay in Brooklyn. Wow, because Kyrie was a KD. Who the hell knows? So you know what? He hits up Daryl Morey again. All right, Daryl Morey, we got a trade going on. So what happens? He gets his wish. He gets there. He gets with Philly. He gets Ben Simmons out of here. Now all of a sudden you in Philly. Yes, you playing with your guy. You got Joel. Yeah, we gonna make it to the championship. You choke in game 7. 7 points, James Harden. And you expect Daryl Morey to give you some money regardless if it was off the books or not. Got a shake on it and it wasn't an agreement. Regardless what happened. Oh, I didn't get my money. I took a pay cut. You ain't had to come back. You didn't have to come back. Could opt it out. And just spread the word. You could opt it out. But anyway, Philly got the better trade of this. The role players are playing. The Sixers are a 7-game winning streak right now. Tyrese Maxey is in his own, who we're going to talk about later on in the show. It's James Harden. It's you. So what happens when you want to force yourself out of LA? At that point, I don't think nobody in the league will get you then. You can go back to your strip clubs. You can go back to Houston. You can go back to dealing with your mom. I hope and pray she's okay. But after that, if this doesn't work with you in LA, no team is going to want you, Harden. It's a you thing. So you need to get out your head that it's everybody else. It's a you problem. And your ego is not going to let you to come off the bench. If I'm Tyronn Lue and I'm trying to save this team and my job, your ass is coming off the bench. Westbrook is actually playing pretty well. Mm-hmm. So forget egos. You wanted to come here. This is not your team. You can come off the bench and let everybody else work. That's my rant. That's one of my rants. But I'm in rare form today. Let's go. Harden, it's a you problem, bro.
Like, and then you trade for him, and then you just immediately insert him into the lineup. Like, you just ruined all types of chemistry that they had. They had a little chemistry with them 3 on the floor. I don't know how they did it, but Lou finagled it. But you insert him, and all of a sudden, he gets 5 turnovers, and everything just looks like a hot mess. I'm going to be the one to say it. The Clippers got fleeced, to say the least.
And look how Morris and Batum and Robert Covington is doing on the Sixers team and Nick Nurse. Mm-hmm. They're actually playing. Covington is playing great defense. He's another 3-and-D guy. Batum, he's a great 3-and-D guy. Role players that know their roles, and a coach that knows how to use them in Nick Nurse. It's the Nick Nurse effect. I swear, I'm coming out with that shirt, y'all. Nick Nurse effect. So just be out. Just be waiting. Just be waiting for that. But it's a beautiful thing in Philly. Like, I'm glad that the cancer is out of Philadelphia and he's an LA problem. But James Harden, it's a you problem. Until you figure that out, we won't get nowhere. Anyway, next here on the docket. Again, it's not a topic. It's not a show if we're not talking about either these two or one of the two or the whole team as a whole. But Lil Wayne, him and Skip Bayless are best homies. He said, well, the Lakers won't win the championship without Anthony Davis. And then I seen somewhere else, maybe they need a third star. So, does the Lakers need another third star to go with these two?
First of all, I'm going to react to what that foolishness Mr. Wayne said. Talking about they won't win another championship. They won't win a championship with AD. They won one with him already. Sir, I don't know what he's doing in LA, but stick to it. Stop being wrong on national television. Just flat out wrong, because they already won one with him. 2, no, they don't need unless that third star happens to be a 3-point stud, they don't need it. What my Lakers need is for my role players to be more consistent. I'm looking at you, D'Angelo Russell, Christian Wood, Cam Reddish by name. And they also need to stay healthy, but considering that AD is just a walking piece of glass and LeBron is 39 years old, that's going to be damn near impossible. I'm sorry. But as far as another superstar, no. No, we don't need another superstar. We need consistency. Consistency from the role players. Like, I'm not worried about Austin Reeves if he has to come off the bench. He's consistent. Now, when it comes to Christian Wood and Cam Reddish, they make me want to throw my phone. They just make me want to scream.
Well, hold up. You trying to win a game. Why are you giving Cam Reddish that last shot, y'all?
Why? I fell out of my bed when I saw that. I'm like, are you serious right now? I'm like, whoa. And that's why our record is what it is. It's because it shows we're inconsistent play.
That one game, I don't know what it was, but Christian Wood, 22 minutes, no points. Why is Rui not in the starting lineup? How is he having 24 points off the bench?
He's in my starting lineup on my fantasy team. I don't know why he's not in a real starting lineup. He needs to be starting considering how well he's played and he's healthy. So you're absolutely right when it comes to, Anthony Davis. They won a championship with him. They need Darvin Ham, another one who's trying to lose his job, needs to figure out the lineup and what's working. Rui Hachimura is good defensively. He can shoot the three. He can go to the basket. He can get you free throws. Why is he not in your lineup? The role players have to figure it out. Christian Wood ain't it. Reddish ain't it. Who they got? Hayes is not it. Where is Trey Martin? Who did y'all get for that for Miami? That was he gonna make a difference maker. Has he done anything yet? I forget his name. No. Where is D'Angelo Russell? I'm over him for the second time in purple and gold. He can go. Like, kick rocks. I'm tired of him.
Christian Wood ain't had no problems when he was in Houston. He was balling in Houston. He gets to Dallas. Dallas ain't want to give him no burn. Now he's with LA. I don't know what's going on. I don't get it. But no, you don't need a third star to win a championship because they won it with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They had Schroeder.
And a whole bunch of old people.
They had Schroeder, who was a good point guard. I know y'all miss Schroeder. He may not score a lot, but look what he's doing in Toronto.
He get on my nerve. He can stay right on in Toronto.
But no, they don't need a third star. I mean, if they finagle something to get a third star to help, okay, great. But in my opinion, I don't think you don't need a third star. Anthony Davis, don't. Facts. They had Brandon Ingram. You get rid of Brandon Ingram for pretty much you got rid of the house for Anthony Davis. I know you end up winning the championship with Davis, but Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, who was starting to come around and he fixed the shot. Y'all had Brandon Ingram. Y'all had Kyle Kuzma. Just imagine maybe if y'all didn't get rid of those young guys, y'all could maybe had another title besides the one Anthony Davis.
All Kuzma did was make me mad on a nightly basis, so he could have went too.
But yeah, like if y'all pull something out to get a third star to add, then okay. But if not, I don't think you don't need to add the third star.
They just need to figure it out.
Facts, need to figure it out. Oh, gotta blow my man up. Tyrese Maxey is benefiting from James Harden not being there. Finally, he's in his fourth year. Guard out of Kentucky. All this kid did is work over the summer. Shot, ball movement, free throws, his 3-point got better. He's averaging at least 8 assists to 1 turnover ratio. He's playing 2-man game with Joel Embiid, who is amazing. Maxey took over the Detroit game yesterday because we were down. That third quarter, he took over. He's scoring at least 25. This team right now, Joel, doesn't have to score 99 points to win a game. Everybody is contributing, and Tyrese Maxey is a star. My question to you is Tyrese Maxey your most improved player this year?
Yeah, as of right now, it's still early in the season, but he's front running. I'm not trying to use front running in a negative way, but he's gathering some momentum for it. Yet you say like what him and Joel Embiid are doing, like they're one of the top scoring duos right now, if I'm not mistaken. He's taking care of the ball. Like he's like you said, the turnover to assist ratio. You could tell that he put in work over the offseason, and he's reaping the benefits for it. Ball Derek White. He's a good one.
Derek White is balling too. I can't. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that one either. But yeah, between them two, yeah. Considering how the Sixers have looked.
Tyrese Maxey always had 0 though, Dame. That was his number from the beginning. He's always wearing that.
But it's like once they got rid of Mr. I don't want to play here, and I'm gonna put Daryl Morey as a liar up in strip clubs and whatnot. Once they got rid of that menace, it's like the whole team just figured out how to play together. So it's like him and his improvement helps take that load off of Embiid. So yeah, he should be considered for most improved because you saw the improvement. You see the improvement from last year to this year.
So last night again, Joel had 33 points, 16 rebounds. Maxey had 21 points and 11 assists. So yes, they are the most scoring duo right now. And again, Maxey is playing lights out. He's not turning over the basketball. He's getting everybody involved. So we'll see how this can go tomorrow. I know they do play the Pacers, which the Pacers are a pretty good team too. They do put up offense. We'll see how we can play. Derek White looks weird, bald or weird haired. No, I like Derek White. You insert him in the starting lineup now that Marcus Smart is gone. He's good. He ain't afraid of the ball. He plays great defense. He goes to the rack. He got a 3-point shot. Don't leave him open. He can narrow it down. He's tough, man. He's definitely tough. I always like Derek White, even when he's with San Antonio as well.
And he's very quick.
Yeah. I'm just glad that he finally decided to get rid of the hair. Because it was dwindling away. His headline was back here. So I'm just glad he came to his senses and said, you know what? I'm just gonna say, let it go. Let it go. All right, but Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers are playing lights out again. 7-game winning streak. Let's see if that winning streak keep going tomorrow night. Well, tomorrow afternoon against the Pacers. All right, Jori. So I know the season is just starting. Who would you say is a shocker team right now? Just how they're playing right now in this little bit of time span, and can they keep it up?
Give me the Rockets. I like what the Rockets have looked like with Jalen Green and what Udoka has this team playing like. They're playing fast. They're not afraid of anybody, clearly because they just blew my team out not too long ago. And I'm not just saying that just because they just blew my team out. I thoroughly believe that they could do something. They could be a play-in team or a low-key playoff team if they keep to improve. I like what the Rockets are doing. It's between that and the Hawks, because the Hawks have been pulling off some quality wins lately. And that hasn't gone unnoticed either.
I was going to say the Rockets too took my dang on team, but there is another team. Surprisingly, is playing pretty well. Minnesota is 6-2. The hell? It's got into Minnesota. But can they keep this up though? Gobert, French fry. Y'all know I can't stand him. He's one of my top list people I can't stand. He's actually playing well. Anthony Edwards is a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Karl Anthony Towns is playing great. The 6-2. The Pacers are looking good right now. They're 6-3. Who would have thought Indiana would be 6-3?
The Knicks look pretty good for 4-4.
Orlando ain't bad for 4-4. Like all these teams right now are playing great, but can they keep it up? 3-5 Cleveland, that's a shocker. We all know that the Bulls not, they're going through their little mashup, but I'm shocked to see them down so low. Brooklyn, Brooklyn's going to be Brooklyn, but they still got good players. Cam Thomas, Mikal Bridges. But no, Indiana, Atlanta, Minnesota, they're playing great. Houston, OKC is still a young team, but we'll see if they can keep things going. I already know about OKC, but can they play good enough to stay in that position and not in the play-in? Because let's just say right now, they're the last team of that top 6 and not the play-in. So then you got the Spurs, who possibly could be a play-in team. With Wembanyama and them, they're getting it together. The Pistons, they're still young. They're still young and coming together. Mostly the Bulls need to break up the trio and start a rebuild. Definitely, they need to get rid of Billy Donovan. His butt should be scorching right now.
Why do he keep getting head coaching jobs?
Oh yeah, the Bucks and their defense. Whew.
They were gonna miss. I knew they were gonna miss Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, y'all should have did this with Chris Middleton, not Drew Holiday.
There's no way you score 54 points and still lose, Giannis. Not saying it's all on Giannis, but 54 points.
I felt bad for Giannis because I'm like, that was a waste of a performance because they still lost.
Like, I understand, just chemistry and still got to get together between him and Dame and the team. I get that. Chemistry takes time. Over the season, they'll be okay. But that defense. Drew Holiday was everybody's like, oh, Drew Holiday. He was a big piece of that defensive front. Now he's with Boston. True point guard can play defense. That's what they're lacking. Dame don't play defense. Dame don't play a lick of defense.
No.
You don't play a lick. So I don't know what the Bucks are going to do. I don't think the coaching is the problem. They have a bad roster, but Billy Donovan ain't it though. In my opinion, Damian can tell you, Billy Donovan stinks. Some coaches just ain't meant to play in the NBA. I know he was at OKC for a little bit.
He was decent there.
Oh, they done tied it up. I was watching a little bit of that game. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the Bulls. Everybody's going to get split up. I know you got Caruso. I mean, not Caruso's still there. You still got Levine. You still got DeRozan. Will that get broken up? Billy Donovan is a college coach. Billy Donovan is still in money. Go back to college. Exactly. I feel like not everybody's meant for the pros. You might be great as a college, coach. Look at the coaches in the college football that's been in the NFL and they can't do it. And they go back to college and are successful. So I think Billy Donovan is one of them. But again, I wouldn't mind a Zach LaVine here in Philly. So, but I
feel like about the Pistons, we've been saying that they're a few pieces away for like 10 years. Maybe it's just me, but they've always been a few pieces away.
That part. NBA getting soft too. When everybody does the too little, you going to kick out Giannis for that? You already had a technical, but you get 2 Texas in ejection, but you really going to kick out Giannis for that? He dunked, stared down, he walked back and gave the too little. Patrick Beverly started that, and everybody else started doing it. So now we're kicking people out for, he too little. Get out of here.
Ever since players started crying about technical fouls and all of this other stuff, this is how it started. That they started getting technical fouls for like crap like that. Like it's not, it just don't make any sense. Like a stare down, you're not touching anybody. You're not making it. You might be making a gesture,
part of
but you're
basketball, just like football. You get a big play, you get a sack, you get a dunk. I'm staring you down, and I'm going about my business. I'm not fighting you. I'm not squaring up. It's a stare, like
it's a stare.
Like let that guy. I just don't like I just got a monster dunk. Like come, and then you too little. You can't guard me. That's part of basketball. If you play out here in these streets, you're gonna find that on the court.
Little kids be doing that. So what are we talking about right now? Like, let these people add pizzazz. Quit taking the fun out of sports. Because it's like, it's what they do. It's a part of the sport. Why are we throwing people out just for looking at somebody the wrong way?
Nicholas Claxton got kicked out of the Sixers Brooklyn series. He flexed on Joel because he dunked on him and they kicked him out. Like,
you earn the right to do that if you dunk on Joel. Well, let them just celebrate.
Yep, I'm dunk on somebody. I'm like AI over Ty Lue all over again. I just make it make sense, Adam Silver. Like, come on, like the dunk, and then that is a part of the game. That's been a part of the NBA for so long. It's
egregious. And it started when they started complaining to the refs about no calls and all of that stuff. Then now they just throw flags. Wrong sport.
Like, I can see if you step over a player and you literally doing this in their face, like they're not doing that. It's they turn their back and go up court and hit them with the too little. I don't know. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the NFL, like it's you taking the fun out of it too. You score a touchdown, especially the defender on you. You maul somebody. Like, I can't say nothing.
I can't taunt. Like, what? And the stuff that they're saying that's taunting or unsportsmanlike is like little kid stuff. Like, let these players show their personality and talk all the mess that they want to. As long as they don't hit nobody and do nothing disrespectful and unbecoming of the game, they're fine. It's in competitive spirit. Like, we all have a competitive spirit. Let them do what they want to do. Unless it's that out of line, like, it's egregious. It's just a whole load of crap, if you ask me.
In fact, that's another team that's shocking. Miami, too, how they're playing. Mm-hmm. And then now LeBron sending footage to the league about the call.
Don't start.
I'm over it. I'm
over that one.
If they're going to eject me, I'm getting my money's worth. Go to the scoring table and get on the P. Facts. All right, y'all. So we're going to switch over and transition into the NBA, but we got to go a little break. We'll be on back. Y'all stay tuned.
And this is Chris from Coffee and Sports, the morning show over on Sports Empire Network.
And this is Mo. Catch us on Northeast Streaming Sports Production, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 10 a.m.
We hope to see you there.
All right, y'all, we are back. Again, make sure y'all check out the Sports Empire Network for Chris and Mo in the mornings, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. All right, I know we don't usually do college basketball. Football. But when we do, it must be something important. But this man right here done ticked me off, and I'm pissed off about it. So Lane Kiffen, I don't know who Lane Kiffen is. Ole Miss head coach. And he's on slack for some things because we all know how important mental health is, and we expressed that on the show before. People go through it. You may not know it, but we all go through it at some point, some time. But he threatened to kick one of his players off, and it was recorded. There was audio about it between him and DeSanto Rollins. He pretty much told him, because I guess he wanted to see him, and I guess his headspace wasn't there, so he didn't go in right away. So he finally went. Just wanted to, because they had the whole transcript of audio. Just going to read one part. Kiffen says, "See you go, and guess what? We can kick you off the team. You can go with your expletive rights about mental health. We can kick you off the team for you not showing up. When the head coach asks you to meet with you and you don't show up for weeks, okay, we can remove you from the team. It's called being an expletive. It's called hiding behind expletive and not showing up to work." Lane Kiffen, you don't know what these kids going through. You don't know what kids go through. The live up to performance to be a college football player, still have to go to class, grades. You don't know what their family life is going on. You just don't know what they're going on. And how can you say that to a 19, 20, 21-year-old kid who's playing football? Just in general to a person. I'm sure he's tried to reach out to y'all and said, "I'm not in my headspace." So you're going to kick him off the team? You know what? I don't want to play for you. I don't. Because this is how you're going to treat me or treat anybody else who has mental health on a team who's come out. And again, it's not easy to come out and say you have a mental issue, that something's wrong with you, or you depressed, or you got anxiety. Are you kidding me? So Lane Kiffen, I know it's a lawsuit going on. You deserve everything that's coming down to you. So it's mental health is a big part of me, Jori, and anybody else who suffers through it. And especially the males, it's hard for them to come out and express it. So you're going to kick him off the team for that? Yeah, I got no more respect for you. I'm done. I got no more respect for you.
Like, my biggest question is, did the player contact Lane during the course of those 2 weeks? Because from my understanding was that he didn't show up for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. Now, during the course of that 2 weeks, my biggest question is if they had any type of text messages or phone call conversations through those 2 weeks why he wasn't able to. Like, if he told you, "I'm having an episode right now, I just can't," because that's what I call my little struggles. I call them episodes, because it's just like, sometimes I just can't. I don't know why, but I just can't, and I completely understand it. So for any reason, he just can't, and he let Lane know he just can't, and Lane decides to rip into him like that after letting him know that, "Oh yeah, I'm done with it." And Lane has been one of my favorite ex-assistants, but this here.
So there are accusations made in the lawsuit against Lane Kiffen Ole Miss, $40 million in damages and alleges racial discrimination, bias of disability, sexual discrimination. There's a lot of crap. There's a lot of stuff going on with Lane Kiffen, and this is not getting any better.
Oh, it's not just that. It's more on top of that. Oh, Lane, I can't defend that. Like, you really can't defend anything that's going on with Lane. He knows better. Like, he knows exactly what he's saying to these players. So it's like, if he's had mental health issues, he came forward to you about them. And then he goes MIA for 2 weeks. Do you check on him on those 2 weeks? Like, how are you feeling? Or is it, when can you just see me? you at least dress it up like you care. Like, how are you feeling today? You think you can come in today? How are you feeling? Da 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 da. But just to lay into him after he lets you know that he's having issues, I can't respect it. As somebody who has their own struggles week to week, who deals with certain stuff, I can't respect it. I can't get down with that. You deserve everything that comes to your way, and especially if everything in that lawsuit is true.
Dame says in the video, he said he tried to call, but the player never answered. Okay, then that's when you go to his dorm room. That's when, if you're that coach and you know I'm trying to reach out to you, you haven't reached out, I'm going to go look for you to make sure you're okay. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat. You didn't come to work. Oh, I'm going to kick you off the team. Obviously, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. So Rollins is seeking a temporary restraining order, temporary injunction that reinstates him to the football team. Apparently, he alleged that he did not receive a mental health evaluation after sustaining concussion during the Grove Bowl in April of 2022. That July, he endured an injury to his Achilles that left him severely depressed, anxiety, frustration, embarrassment, humiliation, loss of sleep, loss of appetite that sustainably limited him to perform major activities such as walking, jumping, standing there long periods of time, standing on his toes, climbing, eating, and sleeping. So right there, he got depressed because of an injury.
That's the reason why he got depressed right there, and the fact that Lane knew the stuff that this kid has been through within the past year. All of what you detailed. You knew that, and you still laid into him like that. And then I saw the rest of he called him a few other words that I didn't agree with. I'm like, wow.
And then also, there was a previous injury to a LCL in his knee in August. He alleged that Kiffen and the Ole Miss coaching staff forced him to practice afterwards. He alleged Ole Miss failed to provide him with mental health resources in response to his injury and the loss of his grandmom in January. I'm done. Y'all didn't help this kid at all.
At all. Y'all didn't provide him a counselor or something? I've been on a college campus. They have counselors. When I went through what I went through when I was in college, they had a counselor. I had a counselor. They're on campus. You can find somebody to talk to. You can find the best of the best. With the funds that the Ole Miss puts into that football program, they can find the best of the best psychologists to go talk to him and help him. Or if it's just somebody on campus, whoever. You didn't even allocate the necessary resources to even attempt to help him. So it's like,
just Santos Rollins gets the help he needs and move on from this. I'm sure, like Kyle said, transfer portal, you can go somewhere else and play for a team or coach that's going to ride for you and advocate for you. All right, so we're going to move on here, and then we staying in the NFL. Dak Prescott. I told you it's not a show if we don't talk about Cowboys. Michael Parsons again on the website on this podcast said Dak Prescott deserved to be in the MVP talks. You agree with Michael Parsons?
I mean, he's been playing well. I will ease off my Dak hate for just a second. Y'all know I don't do Cowboys. But no. I mean, considering how the quarterback play has looked as of recently, where there's pretty much subpar to people being off and injured with the quarterbacks right now, Dak is arguably playing pretty well when the team can front run. But as far as him being an MVP, his stats say he should be. I don't think he should be.
This is a big negative ghostwriter for me. I admit Dak was balling against the Eagles. It's just, can you do it in crunch time? And he could not. The Eagles tried to give away that game, and Dallas still lost. Can he do it against other teams that are over 500? Not beating up on the Giants, not beating up on the Jets. These other teams like a Kansas City, Dolphins, a Lions team. I want to see him do that, and then maybe we can put Dak in MVP talks. I'm not going to stay on this topic too long because that was short, sweet, and to the point. Mr. Bryce Young. Poor Bryce.
I got a lot to say about this one.
I actually feel bad about Bryce, but are we being too critical over Bryce Young in the situation he's in with the Carolina Panthers?
Yes. And I'll just flat out say yes, because one argument is because there's this whole Bryce Young, CJ Stroud type mania thing going on. One, Houston was literally the better destination for whoever got drafted, 1 or 2. Houston was the better situation, so to put it. When it comes to the Panthers, you got a paper-mache offensive line. You got old, washed-up offensive weapons. You got Frank Reich, who sometimes look very incompetent. So it's like an uphill battle. You can't put all of the struggles on Bryce Young. I will admit, there are times where he's not seeing the field very well. And I haven't seen that from him in college. Or the turnovers. I haven't seen him turn a football over like that in college either. But it's not all on Bryce. When you have 350-pound men on you in about 0.2 seconds, you couldn't do anything either. So it's like, give him some grace. He's a rookie, and he's been thrust into this position where his whole team is pretty much bandaged and patched up together. It's like a piece of Band-Aid work or whatever, artwork or whatnot. But he has his issues. He has fault in it with the turnovers and not seeing the football well. But as far as it's completely his fault, no.
Well, they were supposed to give these pieces around for him. Carolina wanted to move up to get him. So now they don't have a first-round pick. They give it to Chicago. Mm-hmm. But you bring in Adam Thielen. Okay, that's a good veteran for a young QB. And Adam Thielen is not no spring chicken like he used to be in Minnesota. What happened to the running game? Chuba Hubbard's good. Miles Sanders, what happened to Miles Sanders? He can't stay in the field. Jonathan Mingo, another rookie. The offensive line can't protect him to save his life. That's why he's always running. And he's not seeing the field. Again, I can't. I'm not putting all the blame on Bryce Young. He still is young. Perfect position, like Seidman said, perfect position for him to learn. Put some pieces around him. What have we been saying about Justin Fields? Sam Howell is in a position where he has weapons on his team. He got Brian Robertson. He got Scary Terry. He got Jahan Dotson. He got Logan Thomas. He has pieces. He just needs, to be consistent with it. Now, Bryce Young, he's only 21. 21.
Older than him.
Still has a lot of time to grow. So, what they gave up to get for Young is why, right? That's why the people are being critical because he was that top pick.
But they didn't have a quarterback. They needed a quarterback, and they felt like he was their quarterback. So Carolina needs a lot of stuff. They need about 3 or 4 offensive linemen. They could use some help in the secondary because I'm ready to chalk J.C. Horn up as a constant injury report presence. They could use some better receivers. Like, Carolina needs a whole lot of stuff. Just one top pick is not going to fix all the problems. This is their issues. Is going to take like a draft class or 2 to really address it, if we're being completely honest with them.
I mean, their defense ain't that bad. Got
It's
Brian
not that
Burns,
bad.
who wants to trade, but they're not trading him. But I don't know. But we'll see. Carolina, it's a rebuilding team. Frank Reich got some things with him, and I don't think he deserves to be on the hot seat because it's not all his fault either. All right, moving on. So, Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. Eagles are on a bye. KC, they play this week. Oh, no, they on a bye too. So, next Monday night, these two will face. It will be a Super Bowl rematch, Monday night game. If Jalen Hurts beats the Kansas City Chiefs, do you put him in the front runner to be MVP?
Yes, because if you beat the best or one of the considered best teams in the NFL and you look good doing it, and what Philly has been doing all season, they've been winning pretty ugly, if you ask me. Like grimy. They've been doing the Philly thing where they win close out or grind out a game. If they can beat Kansas City like that, or if they could win pretty, because not all wins are going to be pretty. But if they win pretty versus Kansas City, yeah, he should be an MVP because, one, he's been hurt since week 2? So it's like he's not at 100% and he's still carrying this team to wins and looking pretty ding dang on good at doing it, minus maybe one game where he threw a few picks. But yeah, he should establish himself in the MVP race if they beat Kansas City.
So we're in the second half of football. If you want to, week 10, second half of the season,
Mm-hmm.
and the Eagles have not yet been the Eagles that we've seen last year. What if the Chiefs is that breakout game when the Eagles finally play like they know how to play? And I'm going to agree, and I'm not being a homer, but I believe if this is the game that they win, you definitely got to put Jalen Hurts in the front runner of MVP. I know Tyreek Hill's up there as a 9 quarterback. It's possible we see a 9 QB this year, but if Hurts win that game, you got to put him as a front runner to be MVP.
And then Dallas really ain't got a chance, nor does Dak.
Facts, and I'm sure Michael Parsons is going to have some things to say about that too. But we are getting down to our picks and predictions. We're going to take one more break. We'll come back. And then we will pick the games. It's a red zone day for me because my team ain't playing. But make sure y'all come on back. We'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? It's Control Simpson with Wire to Wire Sports Podcast, where we're going to cover all things breaking news, sports related. We're going to preview games, and we're also going to give you our reaction to the games that have happened before. You can catch us on Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And if you miss us there, no worries. You can also catch us on Roku with Northeast Streaming Sports Productions from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Hey, and listen, if you're not into all sports and just NFL, we have Sideline to Sideline. That's on Thursday nights from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. We'll break down the NFL week, the Thursday night game, and we'll preview all NFL action.
And if you're like me and college football is your fix, tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Coast to Coast College Football pregame show. We'll review the previous week's action, the day's biggest games. We'll give you our pick'ems, and we'll even give you some teams that are on upset alert.
And if you don't catch us live, you can download us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to your podcast. We do also have a YouTube station, Wire to Wire Sports Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, y'all. We are back from our break. Appreciate y'all in the chat. Appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget, if you're not watching right now, you can always go back and watch us again at 7 p.m. We're going to be on the Northeast Streaming Sports Productions on Roku TV. So make sure y'all go watch that. Yeah, but let's get into these picks here. We seen the toilet bowl game on Thursday. Jesus, that was horrible to watch. And
I was glad I was at work.
I actually picked Carolina, and I thought they had me for a second. I was like, damn. But
I pick them too, so I'm kind of
shout out to Chicago for winning that game. All right, there we go. So we got the Colts versus the Pats. Who are you taking?
This is another one of those snooze fest games, but the Colts are kind of fun to watch, and I hate to have to admit it because they've always scored 20 points. I'll take the Colts.
And it's a Germany game, so they're in Germany, 9:30. That is your first game. I'm gonna take the Colts. I'm gonna take Uncle Rico here. Against Whack and Cheese. My fault, Kyle. Sorry. I thought the New England sold me last week. I thought they was gonna beat Washington. But now I'm gonna go with the Colts here and Uncle Rico. That's my quarterback. We got the Texans and the Bengals. The Texans get Derek Stingley back after being out with a hamstring injury this week too, so they get their guy back on defense. Who you taking?
Bengals. Period.
I'm gonna take the Bengals. It'll be a major upset if Houston beats Cincy. CJ Stroud has been playing lights out. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals. We got Minnesota going up against the Saints. Josh Dobbs gets to start again. Great story with Josh Dobbs. He apparently, Jonathan Gannon lied to him. Said he wasn't getting nowhere. He wasn't getting traded. And 5 days later, he's in Minnesota. He in Minnesota. Didn't know nobody names. He had Kevin O'Connell in the headset telling him what the names was. Such and such is going to be in the post. Such and such is going to be here. And he went out and executed and won the game for Minnesota. Can he do it again? Who you taking here?
The Saints defense is kind of stingy, but I'll take the Saints.
Who did I pick? Did I take Minnesota or the Saints? I don't remember. I'm taking the Saints. Also, I believe no T. Higgins with Cincinnati, but I'm still taking Cincy. Green Bay against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who isn't playing too bad. Who you taking?
The Steelers. I don't like what I'm seeing from Green Bay at all, especially from Jordan Love.
Telling you, the Love boat has sunk. You know they got to win. Last week they played the Rams. They got to win. I just, Pittsburgh defense is still good. T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Micah Fitzpatrick. I think he may be back. Joey Porter Jr. No. George Pickens. If Pickett can get it together on the offensive side, get Devontae. I can never say his name. Deontay Johnson involved. Get Najee Harris running. Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh. You got your Tennessee Titans going up against them Bucks. Who you got?
They get on my nerve, but I'll take my team. We got Will Levis, and I feel like my offense is just pretty much bound to have one of those games where it's going to get going. The Bucks defense isn't much of a defense, and I have a defense, so I'll take my team.
Number 24 on the Bucks. I think it's Carlton Davis. Got scorched by Tank Dell and that Houston team. Don't let him get cooked by D-Hop. I'm taking Mr. Man-Eggs himself. We going with Tennessee here in this game.
Don't fail. Damn it.
See what Tennessee got. Run the dang, in the words of Mama Thule, run the dang ball. Tennessee. You got Derrick Henry there to do it.
You got 2 running backs. Run the goddamn ball.
Spears is nice too. So run the ball. We got San Fran. San Fran is on a 3-game losing streak here against the Jags, who their defense is not bad. It's actually pretty good and actually against the run. Who you got?
I think San Fran snatched their streak. I think with Wilkes coming down from the box, that'll help that defense get back on track. I think that'll turn the tide of that game.
I'm gonna go San Fran. I can't see San Fran losing 4 in a row. We can see Chase Young, see if he can go after Sunshine, Mr. Trevor Lawrence, ETN. Again, nobody's talking about ETN. ETN is good. But Jack's defense is also good too. Josh Allen and those guys over there. But see what Brock Purdy can do. I think Debo may be back. Still got Christian McCaffrey and Nick Bosa, and that defense I think can get to Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to say the 49ers, they can't lose 4 in a row. The battle of the NFC North right now. The North and the AFC North is the hot division. You got the Browns and you got the Baltimore Ravens sitting up pretty against the North. Who do you got in this game?
I hope they tie. No, I really hope they tie. I really don't like either one of them. But I'll have the Ravens. I just don't know what I'm going to get from Deshaun Watson week in and week out. He's clearly not Houston Deshaun Watson anymore. And I don't think he has that in his tank anymore. Because if he did, we would have seen it. So, I'll take the Ravens.
I'm going to take the Ravens as well. Kyle said the Ravens, unfortunately. Can Myles Garrett get to one Lamar Jackson? Is Odell going to play that day? Are we going to see a good game from Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Shout out to Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews has diabetes, and each time he goes on the sideline, he has to check his blood sugar. So shout out to Mark Andrews, man, being a warrior. Again, like I said, you don't know what these players are going through. But I'm gonna go with the Ravens here. I think Lamar squeaks it out, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland wins. But I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go Baltimore here. The Falcons against Atlanta. Kyler Murray's back. Who wins?
Give me the Falcons. I like what they look like with Taylor Heineke under center. Excuse her. I like what they like with Taylor Heineke under center. I'm glad they finally said to hell with Desmond Ridder. But I'll take the Falcons because their defense is pretty good, and they'll be able to run the ball. And Arizona's defense is not that good at stopping the run.
I don't know if y'all seen 7,200 seconds. Make sure y'all tune in every Tuesday at 5 p.m. For the 7,200 second podcast. My guy, Coach Dante, went in on Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith,
he deserved it.
You lose to the Arizona Cardinals. Don't even get on the plane to go back to Arizona. Stay your behind in Phoenix.
The city will revolt.
Herm Edwards style. Pink slip on the field. Arthur Blank, you need to come out wherever you are, Mr. Home Depot, and hand him that pink slip because there is no way you lose to Arizona. You don't utilize Bijan Robinson right. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. And why is he on the bench? Why is he on the sideline? Why? Thank God Taylor Heineke is spreading the ball around. Look who came out of the woodworks. Jonnu Smith. Kyle Pitts is getting the ball. Drake London's getting the ball. Heineke should have been in there. But Arthur Smith, if you lose, stay your behind in Phoenix. Pink slip every game. Herm Edwards, don't even go on the plane. You can go on the plane, just not home with the team.
And as a Georgia resident, y'all lose to Arizona. Do not come back. I promise you, the city won't have it because they're already tired of you. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a riot if they lose to Arizona or a fight somehow.
We got the Los Angeles Android Chargers versus the Detroit Lions. Who you picking?
I like the Lions. I need them to get back on track.
I got the Lions too. It's just I don't know what it is about the Chargers. I just don't know. Brandon Staley is another one that's on the hot seat. He's another one. His butt should be scorching, should be hot.
Should be burnt by this point.
Kyle's going Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Lions, and he did bounce back. We don't need to discuss this next game because it's going to be a molly whopping. The Dallas by 99. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, if Dallas finds a way to lose this game,
I am going to
promise you. I promise you.
Dallas by 99.
If they find a way to lose this game, it's going to be hilarious.
We got the Seahawks and Washington.
Seahawks.
I'm going to go Seahawks too. We got the Raiders and the Jets. They finally get a win under Antonio Pierce. The team celebrated. They looking good. I'm going to go with the Raiders here.
I'll go with the Raiders.
And Monday night game, we got the Buffalo Bills against the Denver Broncos.
I feel like the smart pick is the Bills, but Denver might mess around and win this game. But I'll pick the Bills.
I'm also going to take the Bills here. There you have it, y'all. That is another episode in the books of the Hoop Dreams and TV Queens, the Ladies of Empire here. Again, make sure y'all tune in every, it was early this week. Might be early next week because I got another appointment to deal with. But usually 5 o'clock. But again, we always let y'all know, but we're still going to be here. Make sure, again, tune in to the Northeast streaming sports for Roku TV at 7 o'clock. And we're always over there every 7 o'clock on Saturdays. So make sure y'all tune in. Even if y'all not watching, go back. If y'all missed something, go back and rewatch. But for myself, Jori, y'all have the great rest of y'all evening. I know college football is still on, so make sure y'all, go finish watching
My
that.
team won. My team almost put up 50.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
We're going to get on out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good evening.
I mean, you can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face.
Oh, I'm from Brooklyn.
Hey, get any